Hello. Welcome to tonight's bedtime story by Lucid Tales. I hope your day has been peaceful and full of warmth. But whether it has been sunny skies or rolling thunderheads for you, it's time to relax now. Find somewhere comfortable, maybe your bed or a favorite armchair, and make sure you're ready for sleep. Take your shoes off if you can, and feel the freedom in your toes, a little loosening that means it's time for bed. Tonight's story is Warder, written by me, Sukie Baker, as a part of Genre Fluid, which came out today and is available in print, ebook and audio formats at the link in the description. The banging hasn't stopped all night. It's hard to tell if it's coming from inside your head or the door that's shaking in its frame with every thud. The light fittings shudder, shaken clear of a decade's worth of dust and congealed cigarette smoke. The grey dullness of morning filters through the blinds, paints your boy in stripes like the severe bars of a jail. You shouldn't be here. Not with you. You screw your eyes tight shut against the colours snaking across his skin, but they fly open again at the shock of the next harsh beat of the fist on the other side of the door. You check your watch. 10 minutes since he started. You sniff and rub your eyes fiercely, grinding the smoke burn deeper into the redness. Maybe no one is out to get you. 10 minutes is too long for the cops, but not for a drunk. Your time perception is askew. 10 minutes since the banging started and 10 hours. 15 minutes since your last line. 3 hours since your last spliff. 42 since you were sober enough to leave the flat. Dark, furious energy emanates from the peeling red paint. Angry faces in the Artex swirls on the ceiling, creeping insects in the dust between the writhing floorboards. Rats possessed by devils in the piles of stale junk food wrappers. It's not real. It can't be real. But it still feels believable. You can't fight the fear. You wonder if the banging is real. If anything is real except what's in your system keeping you awake and dirtying your mind and making it so clear to you that you are a sinner. When did the door last look like you remember it? How long has it been since you dived too deep? The banging stops long enough for you to hear the grumbling like your cavernous stomach. The silence is eerie and unnerving. The breath before the scream. Are those footsteps? Is he leaving? How long has he been standing there, banging to be let in? 11 minutes. How long since you last ate anything more than crisps and mouldy salsa and the bitter backdrip after a new line? Swallowed anything more than paper squares and fungus? Your boy's curled up on the mildewing brown sofa, wrapped in Slab's filthy coat. That at least was something he left behind. Your little looks so small under the expanse of dirty grey fabric, like an exposed heart in tissue paper. Soft brown hair falls into his eyes and obscures the finger pressed against the side of his nose. You know he's sucking his thumb. No, he never listens to your threats of buck teeth and lisps. He needs comfort. And after you threw his Bugsy out of the window in a fit of demonic possession, his thumb's the best he can get. Water drips from an icicle hanging sullenly off a broken pipe. Landlord hasn't been to fix the heating yet. You're surprised there isn't a matching one dangling below your nose. You rub it with a hand. Nothing. Just more white dust. Your breath clouds in the air like the sea fog that rolled in yesterday and blanketed you into staying in this town despite your highway of good intentions. The banging resumes. You need a joint. Aching, stiff fingers fumble in the pockets of your coat, shaking from the high and the come down. Your eyelids droop despite the noise and your hand stills. How long have you been awake? Your body's a neglected mess. A pile of old cracks and sinew stringing your deep cold skeleton together like so much wispy cloud. Is this dying? The thought sends demonic fractal influence spiraling behind your eyelids and you fling them open like damp-swollen windows. You sniff, and it drips down the back of your throat, bitter and unyielding like the devils that haven't stopped swirling in your vision just because you opened the lids they hide behind. 5, you say, like your boy taught you. 5 things you can see. KFC wrappers. Peacock eyes everywhere, angel feathers, light through stripy blinds. You sigh and look at him, and you love how the air around him ripples and radiates. And my boy. Your fingers awaken again and root around in your pockets for the last of your tobacco. Damp papers stick to them and you shake one loose onto the coffee granule and crumbs floor that you gave up on promising to vacuum months ago. You scrounge up some moist, linty tobacco from the depths of your pocket, all jumbled in with the last of your bud. The sheen over your eyes even makes that mess look beautiful, like squirming flowers. 4. Your cold, stained fingers roll the roach and stick it in your mouth. 4 things you can hear. All that bloody banging. Fucking racket. And I can hear you. You raise your voice, shouting at the door, mumbling to yourself out there. The cardboard roll falls from your lips and you scuffle to pick it up again, spilling tobacco into the refuse on the floor. Your boy mumbles a little, shifts in his sleep. He's exhausted after 3 days of watching you destroy yourself. Was it yesterday you remember him holding your hair back, wiping your mouth tenderly with the last clean dish towel? Even just the memory of his brown eyes sends your vision into a crowded kaleidoscope of heart symbols. You pick up a wad of carpet mix, moist tobacco and batter crumbs and lint, and dump it in the middle of the paper. I can hear the crinkling of my coat, and there's a siren out there somewhere. 3. You stuff the roach back between your teeth and focus on trying to roll a real joint this time. Your hands haven't been steady since Slab left, but you never get any more used to it. The paper crinkles, tears a little as you squeeze the filling into a cylinder and take the roach from your mouth to clumsily drop at one end. 3 things you can smell. Sweat, you say, raising your pathetic crooked attempt to your lips. Pickle. You lick the stripe and press the spliff shudderingly shut. Weed. It's a lie. You can't smell weed or anything. The inside of your nostrils is burned ragged and caked in bitter hot blankness. 2. You delicately balance the spliff between your lips and pull your 2 lighters from your pockets, tip them together towards the end of the joint. One sparks, the other has fluid. They cannot function without each other. The perfect codependence. How a relationship should be, you think, and recognize that's unhealthy, born from desperation and too little sleep. On the 5th attempt, the lighters ignite and you suck in hard, pulling the lit cherry up the paper until you're sure it's real. Exhale. Cough. 2 things you can feel. Smoke in my lungs. You rock unsteadily to your feet and stagger to the window. It grinds open, the sash cord a thin, unpleasant grey from the years of sitting next to you on the windowsill while you puff. Cold. The outside air hits your skin like a freezer burn, setting you to shivering and huddling in your coat. Your boy shuffles, curls up tighter under Slab's great messy jacket. He's cold too. You resolve to make this a quick one. Better he's cold than inhaling this shit. You've done enough damage over the years without threatening him with all the photos on the tobacco pouches these days. Holes in chests, black lungs, vagina throats, and the tinny screeching of mortuary trolleys are the stories the tobacco companies show you, to persuade you not to buy what they need you to buy. You suck on the joint greedily, feeling your lungs expand past the throaty burn. 1. You exhale and pull a face like you did when you were a kid pretending to be a dragon. 1 thing you can taste. There is only one. Your hand combs mindlessly through your pocket as you squint up at the clouds. Will it snow again today? Did it snow before? 2 floors down, on the ground, there's grey slush piled up around wet black tyres and shiny cold cars. It must have snowed. The silence resounds. How long has it taken you to notice that the banging stopped? You close your eyes into the screensaver behind your eyelids, a Mandelbrot set, and breathe slowly. No grumbling, no banging, no snoring. Whoever they were, whoever he was, because you're sure it was a he, they've gone now. Walked away or died on your doorstep, and really, would you even care if that was the case? As long as your boy didn't have to see it, would it really matter so much if someone who bangs on people's doors for hours in the middle of the night was to fall down and not get up again? It's terrible, thinking like this. It makes you want to escape it, run out and away and leave yourself your vile bits behind. You check your watch, but it must be breaking. 5 minutes since you last checked. But it doesn't show days. It must have been hours he was out there pounding away, and hours since he stopped. Your hands are shaking like a poet's first performance, and rolling that spliff must have taken at least 9 years. You had plans yesterday, or tomorrow. Whenever it was, back before all of this craziness fell out of you, since the demons moved back in and took over in the form of little flat plastic bags of white powder and crystals, since you decided not to sleep. It's not all bad, though. The cold air's lively, dancing across your prickly, bumpy skin. It makes you feel lively too. Back before you went to see Slab again, paid him in money and sex and sharing whatever you bought, you had a plan. You were going to take your boy and leave. It was going to be one last night of fun, a long sleep and then out of the city, out into the world. You both have passports, you have a car. The world awaited you. But then the fog rolled in, and all of your hopes came crashing down, and you did it again. Let that last little stumbling block masquerade and parade itself around like it was a fortress wall, impregnable like you once thought you were, before that little pink plus sign showed up, smelling like urine and faded dreams. You look in and see your boy, shivering now under Slab's coat, and your heart swells. No matter what else, you love him so much, so unutterably much, because he's beautiful and perfect and so special that really it would be a shame to not wake him up and tell him so. You stand up in a rush and graze your shoulder on the window, but even that feels good right now. Slamming the window down, you stumble over to the sofa and kneel beside it, flopping reverently forwards to cover your boy with your arms and your smell. "Mum?" he asks, voice husky from too ragged sleep. "Are you okay?" Tears come to your eyes. He's always so considerate. You look up, eyes leaking and nose running green and white, and you smile into his eyes. "I'm fine, my love, my darling, my butterfly, I'm so fine, because I have you." You clutch him tight, spasmodic. He wheezes out a compressed breath. "Thank you, Ian. Thank you for being my kid. I love you so much. You know that. You do know that, don't you? I love you." "I know, Mum," he says in his stoic little boy voice, and you release him a bit because you're not stupid. You know he can't breathe when you hold him like that, especially not when you're reeking of smoke. "Today's the day," you say, and you stand up. "I'm going to take a shower. It's time. You knew that, and I knew that, and I'm so sorry I let you down the last few days, but now we're really going." You smile widely at him, but he just looks defeated, uncertain. Of course, he's tired. He hasn't slept well. "It's okay, little Lee. You can sleep in the car. I'll sing to keep myself awake. Just get dressed and pack your things. We're going away." "Where are we going?" he asks, and maybe he's brightening up, or maybe he's just playing along. Your brave little soldier. He's been let down so many times by you. But not this time. Today you're really doing it. "Amsterdam," you say, because it's somewhere you've never been and you're sure as hell not bringing anything with you on the ferry where the sniffer dogs can find it. You can get to Amsterdam in a day, maybe 2, and stock up before going on to better places, more wild places, places a boy can grow. You turn and run into the bathroom, bouncing off the doorway on your way in like a pinball. You're being so clumsy, like your body's lost track of your mind. It's the cold. The shower is scalding hot, about the only way to warm up in this fridge of a home. It turns your skin cherry red and stinging, but even just the act of getting clean feels like God's forgiveness. When you're out of the shower, you dry yourself roughly with the greasy towel like you're trying to rub life back into a dead limb, and start searching. None of your clothes are clean, but some are less filthy than others. You haven't done laundry in weeks. But you've been organised. The passports, the vehicle documents, all of your boys' vaccination records, they're all together on the kitchen table where you knew you'd find them. You were so ready to go, but the time wasn't right. Now it has come and you're going to go. Ian, are you ready? The excitement in your voice tastes metallic, like blood and hysteria. You snort and swallow. Backdrip again. When will it end? But none of that matters. Not now you're leaving. Just you and your boy, crazy road warriors like in Mad Max, his favourite film. You crash back into the living room with your little scuffed-up suitcase and the passports clutched triumphantly in one hand with your car keys. You sat on the sofa, still wrapped in Slab's big, smelly coat. His little fists pull it tight around him as you catch eyes. He hasn't lost that sad, brave, defeated look. "Mum?" he asks, in that quiet, scared voice he uses far too often, and you hate that you make him speak like that. "Yes, littley." You drop to your knees beside the sofa, and all the visuals and fractals in your eyes slow down, speed up, throb with your heartbeat. "Mum, are you—" He looks you frankly in the eyes. "Are you high right now?" "No, love, no, I'm just tired. I haven't slept all night, that's all. Once we're out of the city, first place we find, I'll pull over and take a nap, yeah?" The words come out in a tumble, too eager to please and too fast. "Mum, your eyes are all dark and you're holding me real tight like you do when you're on Mandy." The words like a stab in your heart. He's too young to know that. Too young to have a mouthful of street slang for substances he should never have seen. That last line. The one before the banging. The one that you found under the table leg that you thought was coke. "It's okay, littley," you hear yourself saying. "I want us to really do this time. No more fucking up. We'll just get far enough that we know we're going, then I swear I'll pull over and sleep it off." He bites his lip and those big eyes frown, face crumpling like pain when he shakes his head. Your little boy stoic. "No, Mum." He reaches over and picks up the car keys where you dropped them on the sofa. "You can't drive. I won't let you." For a brief moment you're angry with this little boy who's like a crowbar, who can prise apart your hopes and dreams just by existing, just by speaking. But you're still rushing full of serotonin and you're so proud of him. You look him in the eyes, your determined little soldier. And you see what he wants to say. "If you try to leave or drive or take me anywhere, I will call the police myself." You know he thinks it. No, he means it. No, he won't. He loves you too much. Sometimes it's all you can do to stop yourself from falling at his feet and begging for absolution, for the peace of the confessional booth, for forgiveness. He's your ward and warden all in one, the only jailer of your heart, but he's not and never will be enough to stop you from craving. You try one last time. "I promise, Ian. I swear, I'll sleep once we're out of town. I just need to get out of here, just enough to know we aren't coming back. And then I can stop lying to myself that we're leaving, because we really will be." He shakes his head, and there are no tears, no words, just that defeated, resigned look of the boy who's seen you fuck it up one too many times. "Tomorrow," you say. You take his face in your hands and make him look at you. The word tastes bitter on your tongue, like lying. "Tomorrow, Ian." Tomorrow we're going, I promise. Later, when you've woken up from a deep nap, when your boy's still fast asleep, your fingers itch for your phone. You want to call someone. Want to talk. You should probably tell Slab you're leaving town tomorrow. It's the neighbourly thing to do. You won't talk about drugs or parties you'll be missing, just letting him know you're leaving. Like a real friend. You press the green, scratched phone button, and it starts to ring. Good night. Sleep well. And I'll see you on Monday for another bedtime story.